You are now listening to Carolina Forest Basketball, presented by the voice of Panthers basketball, Brogan Hillman.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the Panther Den, where your Carolina Forest Panthers are going to take on region rival St. James. This is a huge matchup in terms of region play, as Carolina Forest is 10-4 on the year. They are 1-0 in region play, coming off of the dominant 93-49 victory over the Socastee Braves. St. James has been hot in their own regard at 11-3. They are also currently 1-0 in region play. Carolina Forest, a big one here tonight, because if they are able to get the win over St. James, they would be 2-0 with the advantage over the St. James Sharks in that regard, and they would be first in Region 6. In 5A, St. James currently ranks 18th in the entirety of South Carolina. Carolina Forest right behind them, ranking 21st. So just 3 spots separate these two opponents in terms of conference play. Last season, St. James swept Carolina Forest. They won both matchups. They first met on January 10th, with St. James won 70-43. Their second meeting, January 31st, 21 days later, where St. James also won 64-55. 2 decisive victories for the Sharks last season, and they are looking to flip that script, and Carolina Forest take a game here tonight. They have both played Georgetown this season. St. James won that game 60-50, taking that contest by 10. Carolina Forest won 66-55, taking that one by 11. Last season, St. James finished second in the entirety of Region 6. They went 7-3 in region play. Carolina Forest finished 5th, where they went 3-7. Again, 2 losses last season to St. James. Tonight, they look to flip the script and get in the victory column against the inner city rival of St. James. Again, Carolina Forest 10-4, ranking 21st in all of 5A. St. James 11-3, right above them, ranking 18th in the conference. We have a good one here tonight. Going to be a physical offensive shootout. Going to be big on the boards, as St. James has a center in Ebon Miller, who is 6'7" as a sophomore. You heard that right, a sophomore, and he is 6'7". He is a beast on the glass. He can create opportunities for St. James on the board, and Carolina Forest going to look to respond and have an answer as they take on the St. James Sharks. We're going to get our starting lineups. We're going to get everything situated on the floor, and we're going to be right back for tip-off in our second region matchup. Again, it's a big one against the St. James Sharks. We'll be right back with Carolina Forest basketball. Stay tuned.
You are now listening to Carolina Forest basketball, presented by the voice of Panthers basketball, Brogan Hillman.
You have things in your way that you don't have the time or means to move? You can call GT Junk Removal at 843-605-2147 for quotes to move stuff efficiently and effectively. Again, that's 843-605-2147. Make sure to clean up your life and get those things out of your way.
If you need your car detailed and cleaned, you're in luck. Beach Boys Detailing is a respected and dedicated car detailing business around the Carolina Forest area. You can find the Beach Boys at 843-455-6182 or on their Instagram, Beach Boys Detailing Go. Again, that number is 843-455-6182. The Beach Boys hope to see you soon.
as we are back for tip-off for the visiting St. James Sharks. Going to be number 4, Nasir McKinnon. Number 5, Kingston Coles. Number 11, Elijah Coles. Number 21, Tony Young. And number 24, Eben Miller. As we have tip-off for your Carolina Forest Panthers. Number 1, J.J. Gray. Number 2, Nixon Coney. Number 3, Cade Taylor. Number 4, R.J. Henry. And number 11, Josiah Fisher. As we are off, we have tip-off. Top of the key for St. James. Going to be McKinnon. McKinnon working against Henry. McKinnon into the paint now, going to find Young. Young working against Gray in the paint. Gets in, gets big, puts up a layup, and he opens the scoring up for St. James. Going to be 2-0. Sharks take an early lead over Carolina Forest. 7:26 remaining in the first quarter. Now it's going to go to Gray. Gray working on that right wing. Going to find a wide open Taylor. Taylor for 3. Has it deflected. Almost taken away. Henry for Carolina Forest able to corral it back. Gives it back to Taylor. Taylor now into the paint. That one is taken away. It's going to be Young on the steal. He's going to find Coles. Coles working now on the left wing. He'll be working against Zinconi. Coles trying to get into that paint. Not going to be able to. Puts it top of the key. It's going to be Miller. 6'7", Ebon Miller, the sophomore. He's going to swing one over to Coles. Coles back to Miller. Miller into the paint. Layup attempt. No good. Rebound by Taylor. Student section can't believe the 6'7" center missed a wide open layup. Now it's going to go to Gray. Gray on that left wing working against Young. He's going to find Henry. Henry for 3. Not going to go off the back iron and out. Rebound, St. James. It's going to be Elijah Coles, brother of Kingston Coles, both of which starting on the floor tonight. As he finds Kingston Coles. Coles working in to Miller. Miller's layup attempt again. No good. Rebound by Josiah Fisher. Carolina Force now taking it the other way. It's going to go to Zinconi. Zinconi into the paint. Layup attempt no good. Rebound by Miller of St. James. Pushing now to Elijah Coles. He is fouled. Foul looks like it's going to go against R.J. Henry. That's going to be Henry's first foul of the night. Team foul number 1. Top of the key, it's going to be Nasir McKinnon. McKinnon has it taken away. Beautiful hand play on defense from R.J. Henry. Henry now into the paint. Layup attempt up and good. Ties this game up, makes it 2-2. St. James now trying to push deep into the paint. Has the early jump. It's going to be Tony Young. His layup attempt is no good, but he is fouled, and he will be headed to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Actually, they're going to say it was Kingston Coles in the paint that was fouled. Looks like that foul goes against Nixon Coney, going to be his first foul of the night. Kingston Coles, first free throw attempt, up and good. Nothing but net. Makes it 3-2. St. James holds a 1-point lead. 5:50 remaining now in the first quarter. Second free throw attempt on the way, going to be no good off the front iron. Rebound by Miller of St. James. Miller working against Carolina Forest, actively trying to take that one away. It's going to be Fisher. It's going to be called a jump ball. It's going to be St. James as they have the possession arrow on the baseline. Set to inbound is going to be Kingston Coles. Kingston Coles gets it in as he's going to find his brother Elijah. Elijah Coles airballs the 3. That one heads out of bounds. Again, the student sections let him here. It's a packed crowd here tonight in the Panthers den. Very loud in the gym. And when you airball a 3 like that, they will let you know. Inbound Carolina Force going to be J.J. Gray set to bring it up the floor. He's working on the left wing as he's going to find Zinconi. Zinconi tries to go back to Taylor. That one almost gets away. Gray able to corral it for Carolina Force. Going to bring it right back to the top of the key. Again, Gray working against Young. He gets it into Taylor. Taylor going to find Henry. Henry working on the right wing, trying to make something happen. St. James playing stout defense, not letting anything up. As Taylor tries the 3, going to be fouled, hit on the wrist. Shot attempt wasn't too close because his shot was altered. He'll be headed to the line to shoot 3 free throws. That foul going to go against Nasir McKinnon. Going to be his first foul of the night. Team foul number 1 for St. James. First free throw attempt on the way for Taylor. It's going to be up and no good off the back iron and out. Remains 3-2 with 5:14 remaining in this first quarter. Second free throw attempt for Taylor, also going to be off the back iron and out. No good. Remains 3-2. St. James able to avoid any points on the three-pointer foul until now. Third free throw attempt knocks it down. Cade Taylor evens the score, 3-3 with 5:12 remaining here in the opening quarter. Bringing it up the floor is going to be Kingston Coles. Kingston tries to find Tony Young in the corner. Ball goes off the fingertips, going to go the other way. Turnover, Carolina forced ball. Nick Cincone set to inbound on the baseline. Cincone going to find Taylor. Taylor in the backcourt, pressure from Elijah Coles, trying to get it up. It's going to be taken away. Steal, Elijah Coles into the paint. Layup attempt, not going to get it off. Still in the paint, gets it back. Layup attempt this time, finally up and good. It's going to be 4 points on the night for Elijah Coles. 5-3, St. James up by 2 with 4:40 now in the first quarter. It's going to be Taylor, top of the key, finds Henry. Henry open for three, not going to go. Rebound, Elijah Coles, but it's taken away by Gray. Gray, layup attempt, has it poked away before he can get up and physical with it. Going to remain Carolina Forest ball, set to inbound on the baseline. It's going to be Henry inbounding for Carolina Forest. Henry looking for a guy, finds Fisher. Fisher now into Cincone. Cincone going to be working against Elijah Coles. Fisher going to find Henry. Henry working on the right wing. He goes to Taylor. Taylor, top of the key, trying to set up a play. Driving into the paint, finds an open Cincone. Cincone for three, has it tipped. No good. Rebound, St. James. It's Elijah Coles once again, big under the basket. It's going to be top of the key. He's going to find an open man in the corner. It's going to be Alex Sant. Sant's three attempt, not going to go. Rebound Gray, and Carolina Forest has possession. Bringing it up the right sideline, he'll be working against Tony Young. As he still has it working methodically on that right wing, trying to make something happen. It's going to be Fisher trying to come up and set a screen. Not going to go. They're going to call an offensive foul on Carolina Forest. Actually, it looks, instead of an offensive foul, they're going to say it's an illegal screen. Going to be a turnover, St. James ball. St. James up 5-3 with 3:49 remaining in the first quarter. Top of the key now is going to be KK Morris for St. James. Morris going to find Sant. Sant goes to Kingston Coles on that right wing. Now into Young. Young on the paint, trying to get into the paint. Layup attempt up and good. They're going to call a flop warning on J.J. Gray as he tried to get a charge initiated, instead draws a warning. 7-3, St. James leads by 4. Substitution for Carolina Forest. It's going to be Josiah Fisher and Nick Cincone subbing out. Coming into the game is going to be Landon Sario and Eric Morales. Also Brandon Johnson on the floor for Carolina Forest. It's going to be Gray, top of the key. The third Panther to sub out was R.J. Henry. Eric Morales open in the corner, knocks down the three, brings this one back to a one-score game. 7-6, St. James lead cut down to 1. 2:59 remaining now in the first quarter. It's going to be Kingston Coles on the left wing, working against Brandon Johnson, trying to make a shot opportunity. Instead, he tries to float one into Tony Young. They're going to say it was last touched by a Carolina Forest defender. Heads out of bounds. Going to remain St. James ball as they are set to inbound on the baseline. Looks like it's going to be Sant set to inbound for St. James. As he is now looking for a man. Gets it in. Finds Elijah Coles. Coles working on that free throw line. Going to find an open KK Morris. Morris into the paint. Layup attempt up and in. St. James leads 9-6. As KK Morris gets on the board for the Sharks. Going to be Morales now top of the key for Carolina Forest. Morales finds Johnson. Johnson on the right wing, going to get it into Sario. Sario in the paint. Layup attempt, no good off the backboard. Rebound by Morris. Morris goes into Elijah Coles. His layup attempt up and in. He has 6 points on the night. St. James extends their lead to 11 as they lead 11-6 over Carolina Forest. Apologies, St. James leads by 5 as they lead 11-6 over Carolina Forest. 2:17 remaining in the first quarter, as Carolina Forest going to call a timeout, going to talk some things over, and readjust their game plan as they go into this final 2 minutes and 17 seconds of the opening quarter. Again, St. James leads your Carolina Forest Panthers 11-6 with 2:17 remaining in the first quarter.
You have things in your way that you don't have the time or means to move? You can call GT Junk Removal at 843-605-2147 for quotes to move stuff efficiently and effectively. Again, that's 843-605-2147. Make sure to clean up your life and get those things out of your way.
It's going to be Carolina Forest ball on the baseline. Set to inbound, it's going to be Morales. Morales is going to get it to Taylor, and Taylor's going to bring it up the floor for Carolina Forest. Again, St. James pull away for a little bit of a lead. It's going to go to Gray. Gray for three. He knocks it down, brings Carolina Forest right back within two. It's going to be 11-9. Carolina Forest down 2. Minute 56 remaining now in the opening quarter. J.J. Gray, 26 threes on the year, second in Region 6. As St. James missed shot, but the rebound goes off the hands of Cade Taylor, lands out of bounds. Going to remain St. James ball again. It's going to be Alex Sant set to inbound on the baseline. Sant looking for a guy, going to find Elijah Coles. Coles sets up for three as he knocks one down. Elijah Coles been red hot to start the night. 9 points now in the opening quarter. St. James leads 14-9. Minute 38 remaining now in the first quarter. And it's going to be a foul. That's going to go against Alex Sant, going to be his first of the night. Team foul number 2 for St. James. Got a little too physical down near the baseline as Carolina Forest was driving into the paint. It's going to be Cade Taylor set to inbound on the baseline as Carolina Forest is down 5. Minute 37 remaining now in the first quarter. That goes to Brandon Johnson. Johnson working on the right wing, going to bring it into the paint, and he is going to be pushed hard as he tried to find an outlet. Foul is going to go against number 11. Actually, they're going to say that goes against number 1. That's going to be KK Morris. His first foul of the night. Team foul number 3 on St. James. Again, Taylor set to inbound on the baseline. He finds Sario. Sario has it poked away. Goes right to Elijah Coles. Coles into the layup as he slams it down. 16-9. St. James leads by 7. Minute 20 remaining now in the first quarter. As this one goes to Taylor. Taylor in the paint to Sario. Sario layup attempt not going to go, but he is fouled. He will be headed to the line to shoot 2 free throws. So far, story of the night has been Elijah Coles with 11 points for the St. James Sharks in the opening quarter. That foul going to go against the 6'7" sophomore, Evan Miller. His first foul of the night, team foul number 4. First free throw attempt. Going to be no good. Remains 16-9. Minute 15 remaining now in the first quarter. Sario, second free throw attempt. Up and no good again off the back iron. Rebound by Kingston Coles of St. James. And the Sharks lead by 7 and retain possession. It's going to be KK Morris. Morris, top the key, finds Miller. Miller looking for a guy. Eventually going to get it back to Kingston Coles. Coles, shot attempt, not going to go. A little bit of an inadvertent whistle. Now, going to be interesting to see what this call was on the floor. Actually, they're going to say that whistle was a foul. Only one ref blew the whistle. Foul goes against number 33, Landon Sario. His first foul of the night, team foul number 3. Kingston Coles headed to the free throw line to shoot 2. First free throw attempt going to be up and good off the back iron and in. Makes it 17-9. St. James extends their lead to 8 with a minute even remaining now in the first quarter. Second point of the night for Kingston Cole. Coles loading up. Second free throw attempt on the way. That attempt also going to be up and in. Nothing but net. Makes it 18-9. St. James leads by 9. 55 seconds remain now in the first quarter. Taylor with a little runner to the basket for Carolina Forest. That's going to be up and in. 3 points on the night for Cade Taylor. Brings that St. James lead back to 7 with 45 seconds remaining now in the first quarter. As the ball goes flying, going to be an errant ball. St. James just threw that pass away. Kingston Coles dove into the scorer's table, almost took out all of the scores keepers and the PA announcer. Everyone looks to be all right. Going to be Carolina Forest ball after the St. James turnover. 45 seconds remain. St. James leads 18-11. Going to be Eric Morales on the inbound from the sideline for Carolina Forest. As he's going to find Cade Taylor. Taylor gives it to Gray. Gray, top of the key. He's going to be working against Miller. Brings it into the paint. His layup attempt going to be up and in. 5 points on the night for J.J. Gray. 18-13. Carolina Forest is back within 5. 33 seconds remain now in the first quarter. Been a very streaky game so far here to open up the first quarter. Both teams starting to go on a little bit of runs and not letting either get too far away, as we are in a tight-knit offensive matchup. It's going to be KK Morris for St. James as he pushes it forward to Young. Young, layup attempt, not going to go for St. James. It's going to be a rebound by Elijah Coles. That one hits the floor. Johnson there for Carolina Forest to scoop it up, and Carolina Forest going to take it the other way. A little bit of trouble. Elijah Coles trying to get in the face and play good defense. Almost poked it away from Johnson, but instead, they're going to bring it away. And it looks like it's going to be a technical foul called against number 11, Elijah Coles. Got a little too mouthy with Johnson on the other end of the court after dishing that pass off. Ball was on the other side of the court. Cade Taylor had it in his hand. Looked like Elijah Coles was just chirping a little too much to Brandon Johnson. They're going to call that, sends J.J. Gray to the free throw line. His first free throw attempt up and in makes it 18-14. Not the type of foul that you need to be taking in this moment if you are Elijah Coles. Your team is up by 5 in a close offensive matchup. Just like we talked about, you give one of the best free throw shooters in the entire state of South Carolina in J.J. Gray a nod to the free throw line. He makes both of them, by the way, makes it 18-15 with 13 seconds left. J.J. Gray, 93 made free throws on the year, second in all of Conference 5. Carolina Forest going to have the ball with 5 seconds left. Johnson, 3 from the wing, has it deflected, not going to go as time expires. Remains 18-15. St. James leads by 3 at the end of the first quarter. It's going to end with the costly technical foul against Elijah Coles. But again, that brings us to the final moments of the first quarter. St. James again leading 18-15. As we head to the end of the first quarter. We have a high prowess offensive shootout on our hands and a great game in Region 6. We'll be right back with the second quarter starting off.
You have things in your way that you don't have the time or means to move? You can call GT Junk Removal at 843-605-2147 for quotes to move stuff efficiently and effectively. Again, that's 843-605-2147. Make sure to clean up your life and get those things out of your way.
If you need your car detailed and cleaned, you're in luck. Beach Boys Detailing is a respected and dedicated car detailing business around the Carolina Forest area. You can find the Beach Boys at 843-455-6182 or on their Instagram, Beach Boys Detailing Go. Again, that number is 843-455-6182. The Beach Boys hope to see you soon.
As we return for the start of the second quarter in what is shaping out to be a wild offensive shootout in the second matchup of Region 6 play. Again, both teams, St. James and Carolina Forest, 1-0 so far in region play. St. James leads Carolina Forest 18-15 through the first 8 minutes of play. Carolina Forest with the ball here to start off the second quarter. Going to be Cade Taylor set to bring it up the floor when this one is inbounded. And it is. It goes to Taylor. Top the key. He'll be working. Finds Sario. Sario to Morales. Morales now top the key. He is working against Elijah Cole, who committed a costly technical foul to end the first quarter. Goes back to Morales. Morales back to Gray. Gray working on the wing. Going to be fouled by Kingston Coles, brother of Elijah Coles. It's going to be Kingston Cole's first foul of the evening, team foul number 1 of the second quarter for St. James. Gray to inbound. He finds Taylor. Taylor working now on the logo, top of the key. He's going to bring it into the paint. He's going to find Morales. Morales fires for 3. Not going to go. Rebound by Tony Young. Young pushing it now for St. James. He's going to find KK Morris. Morris into the paint. Thought about shooting. Instead, gives it to Elijah Coles in the corner. Coles brings it into the paint. Can't find anything. Tries to find another guy in his brother, and he does. Kingston Coles knocks down the layup. Makes it 20-15. St. James holds now a 5-point lead. Pass for Carolina Forest, trying to push it. Deflects off the hands of a St. James defender. Going to be Carolina Forest ball retained on the baseline. It's going to be 5 points on the night for Kingston Coles after that made layup attempt. This one goes into Cade Taylor. Taylor, 3 attempt off the inbound. Wide right, not going to go. St. James with the travel immediately after the rebound. So another turnover for the Sharks. Going to be Carolina Forest ball on the baseline, set to inbound. A lot of mistakes so far from both sides throughout the first 8 minutes and 48 seconds of play. Giving opportunity after opportunity. Gray going to find an open Morales in the corner. Morales for 3, not going to go off the left side of the iron. Rebound by KK Morris. St. James with the ball and possession. Morris going to find Kingston Coles. Kingston into the paint. Finds Young. Young up and 1. A tough physical layup attempt over Landon Sario. Foul does go against Landon Sario, his second foul of the evening, team foul number 1 for Carolina Forest here in the opening minutes of the second quarter. Tony Young now at the line with a chance to extend this St. James lead and capitalize on a 3-point play. Free throw attempt up and in, nothing but net. A great free throw for Tony Young makes it 23-15. St. James leads by 8. Taylor bringing it down the floor for Carolina Forest. He's going to find Gray. Gray spots up, shoots at the top of the key, and he knocks down a 3. 10 points on the night for J.J. Gray, 23-18, and just like that, Carolina Forest back within 5. 27 threes on the season now for J.J. Gray. As St. James is pushing, Tony Young in the paint once again. Layup attempt, sails, rebound by Taylor. Taylor for Carolina Forest, going to find Gray. Gray going to shoot on the left wing. He knocks down another 3. 28 threes on the season, brings this one within 2. 23-21, 6:18 remaining in the second quarter, and Carolina Forest, just like that, brings this contest back to 2. St. James extended their lead, brought it all the way to 8 to start off this second quarter. J.J. Gray, 2 for 2 from the three-point line, said not so soon, kept this one within range for Carolina Forest, and forces St. James to call a timeout. We won't go anywhere. We'll stay right here with the action as this one is back and forth, and I need a second to catch my breath. This is insane. Carolina Forest, St. James already putting on a clinic offensively as we have a physical battle on our hands. Again, St. James leading 23-21, 6:18 remaining now in the second quarter, but Carolina Forest seemingly has a response for every St. James bucket, so this one could be a back and forth one all night. Inbound for Kingston Coles. Kingston tries to find his guy in Nasir McKinnon. It's taken away. J.J. Gray with the steal. Layup attempt. Not going to go. Offensive rebound for Morales. Morales goes to Zanconi. Zanconi back to Gray. Gray for 3. Not going to go off the front iron. Rebound by St. James, but it's taken away by Taylor. Taylor to Morales. Morales layup attempt still doesn't go. Ball loose. Rebound St. James. Tons of opportunities, all of which hit the floor. Going to be Kingston Cole with the layup. Actually, he's going to bring it back to the top of the key. Now for 3, does not go. KK Morris offensive rebound. They're going to say he touched the baseline. Turnover St. James. Carolina Force ball now, and it's going to be Eric Morales set to inbound. Remains 23-21. 5:38 remaining in the second quarter. Carolina Force has it down 2. It's going to be Zanconi on the right wing. Zanconi finds Morales. Morales working on that left wing. He'll be working against Sant. He's going to find Fisher. Fisher thought about shooting. Instead, is going to bring it down, gives it back to Morales. Morales working on the left wing. Finds Taylor. Taylor to Gray. Gray already 5 3 attempts on the night. Make it 6. That one not going to go off the side of the rim. Rebound by Kingston Coles. Coles now going to be fouled as he tries to get loose with the ball for St. James. That foul is going to go against Nick Zinconi. That's going to be Zinconi's second foul of the evening. Team foul number 2 here in this second quarter. Inbound goes to Elijah Coles of St. James. Coles working on the left wing against Taylor. Into the paint. Layup attempt up and in and one as he is fouled. Makes it 25-21 as Kingston, actually brother Elijah, will head to the free throw line to try to make it a 3-point play and capitalize on the foul. That foul goes against Cade Taylor, going to be his first foul of the evening, team foul number 3. Free throw attempt for Elijah Coles. Going to be up and no good off the back iron. Rebound St. James, but it's taken away. Steal from Cade Taylor. Quickest hands on the floor. Taylor into the paint. Layup attempt. No good. He is fouled, however, a very physical foul in the paint. Going to be headed to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Going to try to bring this one within 2. That foul going to go against KK Morris, his second foul of the night, team foul number 2. As we are wiping out the floor, ensure everyone's going to be safe on that end of the baseline before we get the 2 free throw attempts from Cade Taylor. Ref dishes the ball out now. It's going to be Taylor. First free throw attempt on the way. Off the back iron and no good. Taylor a little slow to start tonight from the free throw line. He is 1 for 4. Taylor's second free throw attempt going to be up and good. Nothing but net. Knocks that one down. 5 points on the night for Cade Taylor. Brings this one to 3. 25-22. St. James leads with 4:50 remaining in the second quarter. It's going to be Sant. Sant in the backcourt trap. Finds Elijah Coles. St. James still has not brought it past half court. They finally get it past that line. Now to Sant. Sant goes to Morris. Morris top the key. Brings it into Miller. Miller almost loses the ball. Goes up strong with it. Layup attempt up and in. First points of the night for Evan Miller. 27-22, St. James leads back to 5. Now it's going to be Taylor top the key. Taylor's going to find Zinconi. Zinconi working in the corner, gives it right back to Taylor. Taylor tries to bring it to the paint. He finds Morales. Morales for 3, not going to go. St. James tries to get the rebound, instead throws it right back to Zinconi. Zinconi's there for the offensive layup for Carolina Force. Makes it 27-24. Nick Zinconi with the quick hands and the takeaway on the baseline, and the layup attempt to boot. Makes it 27-24. Again, Carolina Force within 3. 4:07 remaining now in the second quarter. It's going to be Sant set to inbound on the baseline for St. James. Sant goes to Miller. Miller, actually it's going to be Morris. Morris bringing this one up. As he almost loses it, brings it top of the key. He's going to find Elijah Coles. Coles working against J.J. Gray. Coles calls for a screen. It's going to be Young to come up and give it to him. That one's taken away, but they're going to call a foul. Looked like a clean defense. Instead, they're going to say he caught a piece of the hand. That foul's going to go against J.J. Gray. Actually, they're going to book Nick Zinconi with that foul. Very dangerous because now Zinconi sits with 3 fouls on the night. Still 3:51 remaining here in the second quarter. Zinconi got to be careful as he has those 3 fouls. First free throw attempt for Elijah Coles, going to be up and good. Brings his point total on the night to 12. Makes it 28-24. Second free throw attempt, no good. Nick Zinconi going to sub out here for Carolina Force. Subbing in looks to be Trigg Roberts. J.J. Gray has the ball for Carolina Force, going to be on that right wing. He gives it to Roberts, who just subbed in for Zinconi. He's going to give it right back to Gray. Gray working top of the key against Kingston Coles. Gray going to go. Push attempt And that is good. A beautiful little floater right into the paint. Makes it 28-26. Carolina Force down 2. J.J. Gray, 12 points on the night. St. James pushing now. It's going to be Young. Young gives it back to Morris. Morris brings it into the paint. Almost loses it. Layup attempt, no good. Putback attempt by the 6'7 center. Evan Miller is going to be up and good. 4 points on the night for Miller. Extends St. James' lead to 4. 30-26, 3:03 remaining in the second quarter. Henry, 3 attempt, not going to go for Carolina Force. Rebound by Miller. St. James has the ball back. And it's going to be Kingston Coles pushing for the Sharks. He's going to find Morris. Morris for 3, not going to go. Sant on the offensive rebound for St. James. Gray got a little too physical trying to get that one away from Sant. They're going to book J.J. Gray on that foul. His first foul of the night. Substitution for Carolina Force. It's going to be Jaden Nolan subbing into the game for the first time tonight. He replaces Josiah Fisher. Fisher made his 6th start tonight. He did not start the season, the very first game, but he has started as of recent, and he's played very effectively for Carolina Force. First free throw attempt for Sant is good, makes it 31-26, a 5-point lead for St. James, 2:47 remaining in the second quarter. First point of the night for Alex Sant. Sant loads up. Second free throw attempt is off the front iron and in, makes it 32-26, extends that lead to 6 for St. James. 2:44 remain now in the second quarter. It's going to be Taylor top of the key. Taylor gives it to R.J. Henry. Henry into the paint, going to dish back out to Gray. Gray back to Henry. Henry tried a gather step. They're going to call him on a travel. Turnover for Carolina Force. St. James takes over on their baseline. Remains 32-26. 2:35 remain in the second quarter. Inbounding is going to be Kingston Coles. He's going to find his brother, Elijah Coles, slowly bringing up the floor for St. James. He goes back to Kingston. Kingston working against R.J. Henry. He goes top of the key. It's going to be Elijah Coles working against J.J. Gray. Now to Morris. Morris on that left wing. Goes to Sant. Sant, top of the key. Finds Young. Young in the paint. Tried to go up strong. And it's going to be a beautiful defensive play by Cade Taylor. Doesn't get the steal. Forces the jump ball. Possession arrow remains with St. James. So St. James will retain possession. Set to inbound on their own baseline. And once again, it'll be Sant. Sant finds Elijah Coles. Coles goes up instead. They're going to say he traveled before the layup attempt. Remains 32-26. Layup attempt was good, but it is negated by that travel. Set to inbound is going to be Trig Roberts for Carolina Force, as he is going to find Taylor. Taylor top of the key, working against Kingston Coles. Gives it to Henry. Henry into the paint. Found an opening, but he loses the ball. It's going to be a steal. KK Morris. Morris find Elijah Coles. Elijah Coles into the paint. Layup attempt, no good. Offensive rebound from Young. Young layup attempt is good. The second attempt effort, up and in, brings Tony Young's point total to 7 on the night. St. James leads by 8 once again, 34-26. Gray tried to find Trig Roberts. Pass gets away. Turnover from Carolina Force. St. James ball on the sideline, and it's going to be Kingston Coles set to inbound. So St. James led by 8 earlier in the first quarter. They lead by 8 once again. And Kingston Coles has it at the top of the key for St. James. He's going to find Sant. Sant thought about shooting instead, and there's a double team from R.J. Henry and Cade Taylor. He's able to get it away. He finds Kingston Coles. Coles triple team now, able to find Morris. Morris top the key. He's going to find Elijah Coles in the corner for 3. Not going to go. That ball going to get away, but instead they're going to say it was a foul on the rebound attempt. Looks like that foul is going to go against Jaden Nolan. It is a loose ball foul. Going to be his first foul of the evening. Team foul number 6. Free throw attempt. Up and in for St. James. Looks like the free throw shooter is Tony Young. Young, second free throw attempt, also going to be up and in. Makes this a 10-point game for St. James, 36-26 with 1:07 remaining in the second quarter. Tony Young, 9 points on the night for St. James. This one goes to Taylor. Taylor, turnaround layup, hit him with a half double step, and his layup attempt is up and in. Going to be 7 points on the night for Cade Taylor. St. James lead is minimized to 8. As St. James tries to find Young. Young in the paint, loses the ball. They're going to say a last one off of a Carolina Force defender. Remains St. James ball. Sant set to inbound on the baseline. Again, St. James leads 36-28. 45 seconds remain now in the second quarter. It's going to be Sant in the corner, wide open for three. That one goes off the rim. Offensive rebound by Kingston Coles. His layup attempt, no good. Rebound, Tony Young once again for St. James. As this one goes to Elijah Coles. Elijah Coles from the three-point line knocks it down, fouled, and one. St. James now leads 39-28, an 11-point lead on the night with a free throw attempt, an opportunity to extend it to 12. $15 points on the night for Elijah Coles. His free throw attempt up and in brings his point total to 16. St. James leads by 12. 30 seconds remain now in the second quarter. 40-28. It's going to be Taylor. Taylor with the ball, little push layup shot, not going to go. Rebound by Elijah Coles. St. James has it with 18 seconds left. They're up 12. Gets it in to Kingston Coles. Kingston Coles to Young. Young layup attempt, not going to go. Nolan with the takeaway. Gives it to Henry. 8 seconds remain now in the second quarter. It goes back to Taylor. Taylor thought about shooting a layup. Instead gets it to Roberts. Roberts for three. Not going to go. Offensive rebound by Nolan. His shot rejected at the buzzer. They're going to say it was a foul at the buzzer. It's going to be Nolan to the free throw line, and he is set to shoot 2 free throws. That foul goes against Tony Young. His first foul of the evening, team foul number 3. Again, he fouled Nolan at the buzzer. St. James currently leading 40-28. Jaden Nolan with 2 free throw attempts with no time left, with a chance to cut down that 12-point lead. First free throw going to be up and no good for Carolina Force. Off the back iron and out. Nolan 0 for 1 at the line. Nolan's second free throw attempt. Second opportunity to minimize that lead. Also no good, off the back iron and out. That's going to bring us to the end of the second quarter. It is now halftime. St. James leading 40-28. So Jaden Nolan's 2 free throw attempts to try to minimize that 12-point deficit at the buzzer are not going to go. So we'll head to the half. St. James leads 40-28. Carolina Force in a 12-point deficit as we head to the half. We'll be right back with a halftime report and more third quarter action in the Panther Den.
Do you have things in your way that you don't have the time or means to move? You can call GT Junk Removal at 843-605-2147 for quotes to move stuff efficiently and effectively. Again, that's 843-605-2147. Make sure to clean up your life and get those things out of your way.
If you need your car detailed and cleaned, you're in luck. Beach Boys Detailing is a respected and dedicated car detailing business around the Carolina Forest area. You can find the Beach Boys at 843-455-6182 or on their Instagram, Beach Boys Detailing Go. Again, that number is 843-455-6182. The Beach Boys hope to see you soon.
St. James leading Carolina Forest at the half, 40-28. They hold a 12-point lead over your Carolina Forest Panthers. For St. James, it's been Elijah Coles, the highlight of the night for the Sharks. 16 points for St. James on the side of Carolina Forest. J.J. Gray, no surprise there, 12 points for the Panthers. Following him is Cade Taylor with 7 points, and Eric Morales, who had knocked down a three-pointer. It has been an offensive matchup for sure so far here in the Panthers Den. St. James reaping the better half of those benefits, up 12 points. For Carolina Forest, they just need to get back to what they do and what they have been doing all season long, and that is pressuring teams on defense. St. James has been able to break out of that full court press. They've been able to move the ball down the floor, and they've been able to get away from the defensive prowess that Carolina Forest has been playing with all season long. Now, in the second half, is Carolina Forest time to hunker down and really play physical, intentional defense like they have been doing over the course of the season up to this point. Again, St. James ranks 19th in the Conference 5A. Carolina Forest right behind them, ranking 21st. So a very highly ranked matchup here in the Panther Den tonight. Both teams 1-0 in Region 6 play, as these both teams set to take the court once again as we hope to start off the second half. And it's just that for Carolina Forest. It's physical defense surrounding the perimeter, not letting them get shots off, create opportunities off of turnovers, create your own opportunities, take away from St. James while creating for your offense. Get steals, get big on the board, take away. I know it's hard when you have to play against a 6'7" sophomore in the paint in Evan Miller for St. James, who has been very good for the Sharks tonight. Also, Tony Young, who has been very good playing power forward. He's 6'3". He has 9 points in the night for St. James. So the front court of the Sharks has been imposing some problems here early on against Carolina Forest. They're just going to have to get physical on the glass. They're going to have to get rebounds. They're going to have to get takeaways, create opportunities against that St. James offense, and do what you have to do to get the ball out of the hands of St. James. The better Carolina Forest plays, the better defense is corralling them. So they're going to have to get potent, play defense, play strong, play physical, and take away those opportunities from St. James, because the more physical they play on the glass, on the perimeter, in the paint, the more opportunities are created and the more that they can get runs, fast break, and create those points off of turnovers, which have aided them in the first 14 matchups now of the season. Matchup number 15 against St. James tonight. Again, they are down 12 at the half. We have a minute and 15 remaining until we get back into some third quarter action. Both teams out now on the floor shooting around, and just under 65 seconds away from some third quarter action. We'll take a quick break. We should be right back with the inbound to start the third quarter when we get back. So again, St. James leading at the half, 40-28. We'll take a quick break and we should be right back with some third quarter action. Carolina Forest with some work to do, down 12.
You have things in your way that you don't have the time or means to move? You can call GT Junk Removal at 843-605-2147 for quotes to move stuff efficiently and effectively. Again, that's 843-605-2147. Make sure to clean up your life and get those things out of your way.
If you need your car detailed and cleaned, you're in luck. Beach Boys Detailing is a respected and dedicated car detailing business around the Carolina Forest area. You can find the Beach Boys at 843-455-6182 or on their Instagram, Beach Boys Detailing Go. Again, that number is 843-455-6182. The Beach Boys hope to see you soon.
On the floor for Carolina Forest to start the third quarter, it's going to be the same starting lineup we saw start the night. Number 1, J.J. Gray. Number 2, Nixon Coney. Number 3, Cade Taylor. Number 4, R.J. Henry. And number 11, Josiah Fisher. On the floor for St. James to start this second half, it's going to be the same starting lineup as well. Number 4, Nasir McKinnon. Number 5, Kingston Coles. Number 11, Elijah Coles. Number 21, Tony Young. And number 24, Eben Miller. Carolina Forest with the ball to start the second half. It's going to be Josiah Fisher on the right wing. He dishes off to Cade Taylor. Taylor working top of the key against Kingston Coles. He goes right into the layup. That one is rejected by Kingston Coles. A physical defensive play as he got up and sent that one halfway across the gym. Going to remain Carolina Forest ball. J.J. Gray set to inbound now on the baseline. He looks for a guy. Eventually finds Coney, but that one almost trickles away. Fisher able to get it back for Carolina Forest. Going to find Taylor. Taylor finds Gray. Gray for 3. Not going to go. Off the back iron and out. Rebound for Eben Miller. St. James pushing now. Goes into Kingston Coles, whose layup attempt is rejected. A block of his own for R.J. Henry, and that's going to send St. James to the baseline. Remains 40-28, 7:30 left in this third quarter. So it has been all defense throughout the first 30 seconds of this third quarter. Looking to inbound, Kingston Coles. Foul called before the ball was actually inbound. Looks like that's going to go against number 11, Josiah Fisher. It's going to be his first foul of the night, team foul number 1 in this third quarter. Ball goes into Tony Young as that one is rejected by Fisher. Just called for the foul, turns around Goldfish memory and makes a beautiful defensive play with the rejection. Set to inbound on the baseline is going to be Kingston Coles. He's going to find Elijah Coles, top of the key. He swings over to McKinnon. McKinnon back to Kingston Coles. He's working against Nixon Coney. Turnaround jumper, not going to go off the side of the iron. Rebound, J.J. Gray. Gray going to be fouled by Nasir McKinnon. Just getting a little too physical with that loose ball. Going to be team foul number 1 for St. James. Second foul on Nasir McKinnon. It's going to be Taylor top of the key. Taylor dishes off to Gray. Gray goes into Fisher at the free throw line. Fisher, beautiful pass, finds Coney on the backdoor runner. 4 points on the night for Nixon Coney. Makes this matchup 40-30, bringing that lead down to 10. 6:52 remaining now in the third quarter. It's Elijah Coles on the right wing for St. James. Coles goes to McKinnon. McKinnon top the key to Miller. Miller, the 6'7" center, tries to find Kingston Coles. It's taken away. Steal. It's going to be Gray. Gray post up for 3. Not going to go off the left wing. Looks like there's going to be a foul on the rebound attempt. Over the back. Doesn't look like they're going to book it, but they are going to give the ball to St. James. Going to be McKinnon bringing it up the floor for the Sharks. He finds Elijah Coles. He goes to his brother, Kingston Coles. Kingston loads up for 3. Not going to go. Rebounds Coney off the front iron. Coney finds Gray. Gray working still on that left wing. He just fired a 3 from. Into the paint. Floater attempt up and no good off the back iron. Rebound St. James. Kingston Coles once again trying to bring it into the paint. Loses it. Steal Nixon Coney. Coney for Carolina Force. Finds Gray. Gray into the paint once again. Layup attempt no good. He is fouled. He'll be headed to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Again, we know how effective J.J. Gray is from the free throw line. That foul is going to go against K.K. Morris. His 3rd personal foul of the night, team foul number 2. like we were mentioning, Gray, 93 free throws made, second in all of 5A. Make that 94. Cuts this one down to 9, 40 to 31. 6:02 remaining in the third quarter. J.J. Gray, 13 points on the night. Second free throw attempt, up and in, both nothing but net. 14 points on the night now, cutting this St. James lead all the way down to 8. 40-32, 5:56 remaining in the third quarter. It's going to be KK Morris on the right wing. Morris finds Kingston Coles. Kingston, shot attempt, no good, off the back iron. Fighting for it is Tony Young. Young, layup attempt, not going to go. Rebound by Gray. Gray, they're going to say he was fouled after the rebound. Looks like that's going to go against number 21, Tony Young of St. James. It's going to be his second foul of the night. Team foul number 3 for St. James. 3 team fouls in the first 2 minutes and 16 seconds of this third quarter. So St. James scoreless to start this third quarter. Carolina Forest, 4 points, trying to cut this lead down. It's going to be Zinconi on the right corner. Zinconi going to find Gray. Gray working against Young. Brings it into the paint. Tries to find Zinconi. It was taken away. That ball is batted out of bounds off the hands of a St. James defender. Going to remain Carolina Force ball. Nick Zinconi set to inbound on the baseline. Zinconi finds Fisher. Fisher to Henry. Henry working on the left wing. Thought about shooting. Goes back to Fisher. Fisher for 3. Not going to go. Rebound by Kingston Coles. St. James pushing now. They're going to set up top of the key. It's going to be Elijah Coles. He finds Young. Young, layup attempt, up and in. 11 points on the night for Tony Young. Makes it 42-32. St. James extends their lead back to 10. It's going to be Cade Taylor, top of the key. Taylor has that one taken away. Elijah Coles. Elijah misses the layup attempt. Rebound by Carolina Force. Going to be R.J. Henry. Henry into the paint. Back to Fisher. Fisher goes to Taylor. Taylor working against Kingston Coles into the paint. Flicks it back to Gray. Gray tries to get it to Zinconi. Zinconi loses the ball. Going to be a steal back to Elijah Coles. Coles layup attempt up and in. Brings his point total to 18. 44-32. St. James back to leading by 12. Now it's going to be Zinconi on the left wing. Zinconi step back 3. Not going to go. Rebound St. James, but it's taken away. Josiah Fisher on the steal. Back to Zinconi. Zinconi for 3. Doesn't go. But once more, an offensive rebound by Henry. Henry, his attempt, not going to go. Finally, Elijah Coles has it for St. James. He pushes it. He's on the left wing, working against Nick Zinconi. He's going to go to his brother, Kingston. Kingston, top of the key, finds KK Morris. Morris working against Zinconi. Now into the paint. All the way to the bucket is Elijah Coles. Layup attempt up and in. 20 points on the night for Elijah Coles. St. James leads 46-32, up 14. This one goes into the paint for Nick Zinconi. Zinconi layup attempt no good. He is fouled. He'll be headed to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Foul goes against Nasir McKinnon, his 3rd of the night. Team foul number 4. Something to keep an eye on. Carolina Force 2 fouls away from entering the bonus. Free throw attempt up and in for Zinconi. Brings his point total to 5 on the night. Carolina Force down 13, 46-33. When I said Carolina Force was close to entering the bonus, I meant they were close to shooting free throws due to St. James entering the bonus. Second free throw attempt, no good for Carolina Force. Rebounded by Young. Young pushing now for St. James. Finds Morris. Morris on the right wing. Thought about shooting. Instead, it's going to give it to Elijah Coles, top of the key, standing on the logo. He finds his brother, Kingston Coles. That one's taken away. Steal by Zinconi, but that one gets away. Goes right back in the hands of Elijah Coles, and he'll slowly bring it up half court for St. James as he works against Cade Taylor. He'll find Sant. Sant on the right wing finds Morris. Morris into Young. Young on the baseline. Layup attempt. No good. Rebound, Carolina Forced. It's Hayden Collier for the Panthers. He finds Gray. Gray, layup attempt up and in. Brings Carolina Force back within 11. 16 points now on the night for J.J. Gray. 46-35 to 48 remains in the third quarter. Top of the key is Elijah Coles for St. James. He's going to find KK Morris on the left wing. He goes to Sant. Sant to Elijah Coles. Thought about shooting. Does not from that right wing. Instead, brings it back to the top of the key. finds Sant once again. So he goes back to Morris. Morris working back into Sant. Sant from the free throw line. Shot no good. Rebound by Zanconi. Zanconi now for Carolina Forest, bringing it down the right sideline. He's going to find Gray. Gray working against Young. Thought about shooting it. Brings it into the paint. Instead, a little floater off this back foot. Not going to go. Rebound by Kingston Coles. And St. James has it right back. Working on the left wing against Cade Taylor. Remains 46-35. Minute 58 remaining in the third quarter. Kingston finds his brother, Elijah Coles. Elijah trapped in the corner, finds Sant. Sant to Young. Young on the baseline, layup attempt, up and good. Tony Young, 13 points on the night, 48-35, minute 43 remaining now in the third quarter. It's going to be Johnson. Johnson into Collier. Collier, layup attempt, not going to go. Gets his own rebound. Kicks out to Taylor. Taylor shot attempt does not go. Rebound by KK Morris, and St. James has it right back. 48-35, up by 13. This one goes back into Young. Young on the baseline. Tried to get the pass out. Traveled before he was able to get it out. Carolina Forest ball. St. James turnover on the baseline. Substitution for St. James. Subbing out is going to be Tony Young. Coming back into the game is going to be the 6'7" center, Evan Miller. Taylor. Taylor bringing it down the court for Carolina Forest. He finds Zanconi. Zanconi working against Morris. He's going to go to Johnson. Johnson thought about shooting. That one gets away. Steal for St. James. Goes to Kingston Coles. His layup attempt up and in. 7 points on the night for Kingston Coles. Makes it 50-35. St. James up by 15. Johnson gives it to Zanconi. Zanconi's now working on that right wing. He goes back to Johnson. Johnson working against Sant. All the way into the paint. Off his back foot. Fouled. Layup attempt does not go, but he'll be headed to the line to shoot 2 free throws. That foul looks like it's going to go against Alex Sant. It's going to be his second foul of the evening. Team foul number 5. Brandon Johnson at the free throw line for Carolina Forest, as the Panthers are down 15 free throws with the opportunity to cut down that lead. First free throw attempt up and no good, off the back iron and out. Remains 50-35. 45 seconds remain in this third quarter. Substitution for Carolina Forest. It's going to be Nick Zanconi and Cade Taylor subbing out. Subbing into the game, going to be Aiden Armstrong and RJ Henry. Second free throw attempt for Johnson, up and in. His first point of the night brings it to 50-36, 14-point lead for St. James. 42 seconds remain in the third quarter. Elijah Coles top the key. They're going to call him on an offensive foul. Actually, they're going to call that offensive foul on Alex Sant, his third foul of the night. Team foul number 5. Coles had it top of the key. Sant came to set a screen, got a little too physical, and knocked over Brandon Johnson. So they call Sant for his third foul of the night. Speaking of Johnson, top of the key for Carolina Forest. He's going to find Henry. Henry working against Kingston Coles. He gets it into Armstrong. Armstrong goes back to Henry. Henry tries to bring it into the paint. Instead, almost loses it. Gets it to the hands of Johnson. Johnson gets it to Gray, who does lose it. Looks as if they call out of bounds on St. James, so it will remain Carolina Forest ball. Henry on the inbound, finds Armstrong. Armstrong goes back to Henry. Henry shoots a 3, knocks it down from the right wing. A huge 3 as it cuts that lead down to 11. Makes it 50-39 with 10 seconds remaining now in this third quarter. Elijah Coles finds Sant. Sant for 3 for St. James. He responds. He knocks it down. Alex Sant, 5 points on the night. Makes it 53-39. A huge response at the buzzer from Alex Sant as he extends that lead right back to 14. So as we enter this fourth quarter, St. James leads 53-39, a 14-point lead for St. James. Again, Carolina Forest down 53-39 entering the final 8 minutes.
Do you Have things in your way that you don't have the time or means to move? You can call GT Junk Removal at 843-605-2147 for quotes to move stuff efficiently and effectively. Again, that's 843-605-2147. Make sure to clean up your life and get those things out of your way.
If you need your car detailed and cleaned, you're in luck. Beach Boys Detailing is a respected and dedicated car detailing business around the Carolina Forest area. You can find the Beach Boys at 843-455-6182 or on their Instagram, Beach Boys Detailing Go. Again, that number is 843-455-6182. The Beach Boys hope to see you soon.
As we enter this fourth quarter, St. James leads 53-39, a 14-point lead as we enter the final 8 minutes. Again, what's at stake? Both teams are 1-0 in the region. St. James, if they hold on to this 14-point lead, would be 2-0 in the region, ranked first. You do play every region opponent twice, so that is something to consider, but definitely an advantage to be had for the winner of this opening contest. Going to be St. James with the ball here to start off the fourth quarter. Elijah Coles, top of the key. He dishes off to his guy, Nasir McKinnon. McKinnon goes to Morris. Morris to Sant, who hit that big three at the end of the third quarter. They're going to go back to Kingston Coles. He goes into Young. Young tries to get a layup attempt up, fouled physically at the rim. Didn't have the attempt to actually go up on the basket. Foul is going to go against number 23. That's going to be Hayden Collier for Carolina Forest, his first foul of the night. It's going to be team foul number 1 of this fourth quarter. Pass goes to Elijah Coles. Elijah, top of the key, fouled. Once again, going to go against Hayden Collier. Going to be his second foul, team foul number 2. So Hayden Collier got to be careful. 2 fouls in the span of 2 seconds. Another inbound for St. James. Going to go into Elijah Coles. Coles brings it on the logo past mid-floor. He's going to find Morris. Morris thought about shooting. Instead, picks up his dribble. Finally finds McKinnon. McKinnon into the paint. Floater attempt. Going to go. St. James extends their lead to 16, 55-39. 7:13 remain now in the fourth quarter. That's Nasir McKinnon's first 2 points of the night. It's going to be Armstrong. Armstrong into the paint. Finds Collier. Almost gets away. Instead gives it back to Gray. Gray for 3. Knocks that one down. 19 points of the night for J.J. Gray. Brings this one back to 13. 55-42. A quick response from Carolina Forest and J.J. Gray. Driving now into the paint. It's going to be Morris. Morris floater attempt, not going to go, but they're going to say he was fouled. Trying to figure everything out. Looks like it was a little bit of entanglement between R.J. Henry and K.K. Morris. It's going to be Morris at the free throw line. Foul looks to go against R.J. Henry, his second of the night. Actually, they're going to call that an on-the-floor foul. A lot of confusion. But it's going to be St. James inbound on the baseline. This one goes to Elijah Coles. He's going to fire a 3, not going to go. Rebound from R.J. Henry. Henry tries to pass this one up, gets away from him, and it's going to go out of bounds. They're going to say last to touch it was R.J. Henry. So it's going to be St. James ball on the sideline. A lot of confusion here in the early first minute and a half of fourth quarter play. St. James once again has the inbound. It's going to be Elijah Coles. He'll bring it up half court for St. James. He's going to find Nasir McKinnon. McKinnon working on the left wing. He's going to find Morris. Morris back to McKinnon. Into the paint, finds Young. Young tries to get up for the layup attempt. They're going to say he traveled. Turnover by St. James. Carolina forced ball heading the other way. It's going to be Armstrong bringing it up the floor for Carolina Forest. Armstrong working against Morris. He's going to find Henry. Henry top of the key. Thought about shooting. Instead, he's going to bring one into the paint. Back to Armstrong. Armstrong tries to drive himself. Instead, he's going to pull it back out and bring it to the top of the perimeter. He finds Henry. Henry loads up for three. Not going to go. Rebound by Elijah Coles. St. James headed the other way. Elijah goes coast to coast. Layup attempt. No good. He is fouled, and he'll be headed to the free throw line to shoot 2 free throws. That foul is going to go against number 23, Hayden Collier. Going to be his 3rd foul of the night. 3rd foul of the 4th quarter for Collier. First free throw attempt on the way for Elijah Coles. It's going to be no good off the back iron and out. Substitution for Carolina Forest. It's going to be Cade Taylor subbing into the game, and he replaces R.J. Henry. Second free throw attempt for Elijah Coles. Up and good off the back iron and in. 21 points on the night for Elijah Coles. Extends St. James' lead to 56-42. A 14-point lead with 5:43 remaining in the 4th quarter. Johnson tried to shoot for Carolina Forest. Brought that one back down. Can't go up and down in the air with the ball. They're going to call that a travel. St. James ball on the sideline. Going to be Sant on the inbound. He finds Kingston Coles. Kingston Coles now working on the left wing. He's working against Brandon Johnson. He's going to try to go by him. Gets tangled up with Armstrong. They're going to call it a blocking foul. It's going to go against Armstrong. It's going to be his 1st foul of the night. It's going to be team foul number 5 for Carolina Forest here in this 4th quarter. Again, still 5:29 remaining in this 4th quarter. 5 team fouls for Carolina Forest. St. James, no team fouls in this final 8-minute period. At the free throw line, Kingston Coles, his 1st attempt, up and no good off the back iron and out. Remains 56-42 with 5:29 remaining in the 4th quarter. Kingston taking his time with the 2nd free throw, putting it on the ground. 2nd attempt up and good off the back iron and in. Makes it 57-42 with 5:27 remaining in the contest. 8 points on the night for Kingston Coles. It's going to be Gray, top of the key for Carolina Forest. Gray finds Taylor. Taylor thought about shooting, working against Kingston Coles. Instead tries to drive. It's taken away. Kingston Coles on the steal. He'll be posted up on the block, driving into the paint. Layup attempt, up and in. A crazy layup attempt. No look behind the back. Fading away. Thought he was fouled. He lands it. 10 points on the night for Kingston Coles. St. James leads 59-42. A quick response for Aiden Armstrong as he drives into the paint for Carolina Forest. His first 2 points on the night makes it 59-44. Carolina Forest down 15. It's going to be Sant, top of the key for St. James. They're going to find Morris. Morris into the lane. He's going to be fouled. Layup attempt, no good, but he'll be headed to the line to shoot 2 free throws. And so will everybody else that is fouled for St. James as they have just entered the bonus. Foul goes against number 20, Brandon Johnson. It's going to be his 1st foul of the night. Team foul number 6 for Carolina Forest. First free throw attempt for KK Morris is up and in. 3 points on the night for Morris, makes it 60-44. 2nd free throw attempt, no good, off the back iron. Offensive rebound by Miller. Using that 6'7" frame to get up there and grab the board. He gives it to Kingston Coles. Kingston on the right block. Instead, it's going to dish it back to Miller. Miller on the free throw line. He's going to find Sant. Sant back to Kingston, and he'll have it on the right wing. He's going to post up, take a fadeaway jumper, and he knocks it down. 62-44, St. James extends their lead to 18. 12 points on the night for Kingston Coles, as the Coles brothers combining for 35 points for St. James. That ball gets away from Carolina Forest. They're going to say a last touch to St. James defensive player. Stays with the Panthers. It's going to be Cade Taylor set to inbound again. St. James leading 62-44, up 18 with 4:12 remaining in the fourth quarter. It's going to be Taylor. Taylor drives into the paint. Layup attempt up and in. He is fouled and one for Cade Taylor. 9 points on the night. Free throw attempt with an opportunity to make it 10. 62-46, cutting this St. James lead down to 16. Substitution for St. James. It's going to be Tony Young subbing in. He replaces Alex Son. A little bit of an error on the substitution. They're going to say the free throw did not count, as now the free throw up and in. 62-47. Carolina Forest leading by 15, or St. James leading by 15. Carolina Forest calls the timeout. So St. James leading 62-47. 4:06 remaining in the fourth quarter, as we'll take a quick 30-second timeout, as Carolina Forest has called one as well. So we'll be right back. Carolina Forest down 15, 4:06 remaining in the fourth quarter.
Do you have things in your way that you don't have the time or means to move? You can call GT Junk Removal at 843-605-2147 for quotes to move stuff efficiently and effectively. Again, that's 843-605-2147. Make sure to clean up your life and get those things out of your way.
As we enter the final 4 minutes and 6 seconds of play here in the Panther Den, second region matchup of the season, St. James leads your Carolina Forest Panthers 62-47. It's going to be St. James ball on the baseline, set to inbound, going to be Elijah Coles. Elijah going to find Tony Young, the two leading scorers tonight for St. James. Elijah Coles 21 on the night, Tony Young 13. As it's going to be Elijah Coles driving into the paint. He's going to be fouled. Already 16 fouls on the night for Carolina Forest. Foul goes against Hayden Collier. It's going to be his fourth foul of the night. Actually, they're going to say that was his fifth foul of the night. And if you know how the fouls work, you know you only get 5. So Hayden Collier done for the night. As he fouls out, subbing in for Hayden Collier, going to be Brandon Johnson. Free throw attempt coming up for Evan Miller. First free throw going to be up and no good. Remains 62-47. 3:57 remains now in the fourth quarter. Second free throw attempt up and good. Going to make it 63-47. St. James leads by 16. 5 points on the night now for Evan Miller. Bringing it up the floor is going to be Cade Taylor. Taylor all the way into the paint, thought about shooting. Instead gives it to Armstrong. Armstrong almost loses it. Gives it to Zacconi on that left wing. Zacconi to Gray. Gray into the paint. Layup attempt, no good. He is fouled, however, and he'll be headed to the line to shoot 2 free throws. That foul is going to go against Elijah Coles, his second foul of the evening. Team foul number 2 for St. James. Gray, first free throw, going to be up and no good, off the back iron and out. Remains 63-47. Again, 3:42 remains in the fourth and final quarter. Second free throw, up and good for J.J. Gray. That brings his point total to 20 on the night. 63-48, Carolina Force down 15. 3:35 remains now in the fourth quarter. Going to be Elijah Coles, top of the key, drives into the paint. He's fouled and one. A beautiful little half reverse layup attempt. Got hit on the wrist, put it up, and dropped it down. That foul goes against Brandon Johnson, his second foul of the night. Team foul number 8 for Carolina Force in this fourth quarter. Free throw attempt, up and no good, off the back iron. Rebound, Gray. Remains 65-48. Carolina Force down 17. Again, Elijah Coles, 23 points on the night for St. James, as they're going to get a takeaway, a steal for Tony Young. He's going to give it to Kingston Coles. Kingston working on that left wing against Cade Taylor. Driving into the paint, tries to find his man. It's going to be stolen by J.J. Gray. Gray finds Zinconi. Zinconi has it fouled. Layup attempt is no good. Elijah Coles came the length of the court to try and contest that shot. They're going to say he caught a piece of his arm. And Nick Zinconi will be headed to the line to shoot 2 free throws. That's going to be the third foul on Elijah Coles. Team foul number 3. Free throw attempt for Zinconi off the front iron and no good. Remains 65-48. Again, 2:57 left to play here in this fourth quarter. Second free throw attempt, up and good, off the back iron and in. Makes it 65-49, cutting that lead down to 16. 2:55 remain now in the fourth quarter. It's going to be a foul against Carolina Force as Elijah Coles was bringing the ball to the floor. Not quite sure who that one's going against, but since St. James is in the bonus, it's going to send Elijah Cole right to the free throw line. First free throw attempt, going to be up and good. 66-49 now for St. James. Second free throw attempt for Elijah Coles, up and no good. 17-point lead remains 66-49. 2:47 remaining now in the fourth quarter. St. James with the offensive rebound. It's going to be Sant in the corner. Sant finds Kingston Coles. Kingston all the way into the paint. He's fouled. Layup attempt is no good, but he'll be headed to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Foul goes against Brandon Johnson. 3 fouls against Brandon Johnson on the night. Team foul number 9. Kingston Coles, first free throw attempt, up and no good, off the side of the rim and out. Remains 66-49. Kingston Coles, second free throw attempt, up and in, bringing his point total to 13 on the night. St. James extends their lead 67-49. 2:34 remaining now in the fourth quarter. It's going to be Cade Taylor. Taylor dishes to Gray. Gray thought about shooting. Half spin move. Now to the free throw line. His push shot attempt up and no good. Offensive rebound, Brandon Johnson. His second attempt effort, no good. Rebound by Young. Young pushing now to Kingston Coles. Kingston into the paint. Thought about putting one up. Instead, he's going to be fouled, and he'll be headed to the line once again to shoot 2 free throws. That foul looks like it's going to go against Cade Taylor. It's going to be Cade Taylor's third foul of the night. Team foul number 10 of the fourth quarter. Free throw attempt for Kingston Coles off the front iron and no good. Remains 67-49. It's been all St. James here in the second half as they have been finding ways to get to the free throw line, convert on their free throws, and extend their lead, as they do just there. Second free throw attempt for Kingston Coles is good, making it 68-49. St. James leading by 19. 2:15 remaining now in the fourth quarter. As that one is poked away, gets away from Brandon Johnson, is going to sail out of bounds, last off the hands of a St. James defender, remains Carolina Force ball, and it'll be J.J. Gray set to inbound. Cade Taylor top the key. He finds Johnson. Johnson working on the right wing, thought about shooting. Instead, gives it right back to Gray. Gray working against Elijah Coles. Coles is St. James' leading scorer on the night with 24 points. He's going to find Taylor. Taylor knocks down a three for Carolina Force, bringing his point total to 12 on the night. 68-52, bringing Carolina Force back within 16. Minute 45 remains in this contest. And right before the steal from Carolina Force, St. James able to get off a timeout. So it will remain St. James ball with a minute 45. St. James up 16. Again, St. James leading Carolina Force 68-52 with a minute 45 left to play. We'll take a quick timeout with Carolina Force, and we'll be right back with the final minute 45.
You have things in your way that you don't have the time or means to move? You can call GT Junk Removal at 843-605-2147 for quotes to move stuff efficiently and effectively. Again, that's 843-605-2147. Make sure to clean up your life and get those things out of your way.
So it is set to be St. James ball with the final minute and 45 seconds left to play. Again, St. James leading 68-52, a dominant 16-point lead with a minute 45. It has been all St. James here in the second half as they have just been finding ways to get to the basket, get fouled, get to the line, convert on their free throws, and extend their lead as much as possible. They have kept Carolina Force at an arm's length distance the entire second half and have done a great job at just extending their lead and playing situational and aware basketball. So again, it's going to be Sant set to inbound for St. James on the sideline. Sant looks for Miller, gets it right into him. Miller at the rim, converts the layup, makes it 70-52. 7 points on the night for Eben Miller. Gray layup attempt not going to go for Carolina Force. Rebound by Miller. St. James has it right back, down 18 with a minute and 30. It's going to go to Miller. Miller to Sant in the corner. He gives it back to Morris. Morris into the paint. Layup attempt up and in. A wobbly layup for KK Morris. Finds the back of the net, makes it 72-52. Carolina Force calls a full timeout. So St. James leads now by 20. 72-52. The Sharks have just taken over this second half. We'll take a quick timeout with Carolina Force. It is a full timeout and return for the final minute and 20 of this contest. We'll be right back. Again, St. James leads 72-52. 1 minute and 20 seconds remain.
You have things in your way that you don't have the time or means to move? You can call GT Junk Removal at 843-605-2147 for quotes to move stuff efficiently and effectively. Again, that's 843-605-2147. Make sure to clean up your life and get those things out of your way.
So Eben Miller, the 6'7" sophomore for St. James, hasn't been as much of a threat as we expected coming into the night. Only 7 points for St. James, but his presence has been made in the paint. Whenever a ball goes up on the glass, he does his job as a 6'7" center, and he is a pure rebounder on the glass. He has gotten everything in St. James' vicinity and created opportunities for the Sharks. Now it's going to be Cade Taylor for Carolina Force. He finds Johnson. Johnson from the left wing knocks down a three, brings this one back within 17. Brandon Johnson, 4 points on the night, 72-55. St. James leads with a minute 2 seconds remaining. KK Morris now bringing it up the floor for St. James. He's working on the left wing. Morris still has it, dribbling around, tries to find Miller. It's taken away. Steal by J.J. Gray. That goes into Cade Taylor. Taylor, layup attempt, up and in. 14 points on the night now for Cade Taylor. They bring it back within 15 with 44 seconds. Layup attempt for Yamil McKinnon, brother of Nasir McKinnon, who started this game for St. James, is blocked. It's going to head out of bounds. It's going to be Carolina Forest ball. They're going to say it last touched off the hands of McKinnon. So Carolina Forest has the ball, down 15, a quick 5 points with only a minute and 2 seconds remaining in the contest, and they have the ball nonetheless. So it's a little bit too late on the push for Carolina Forest. It's going to be Cade Taylor nonetheless for three. He's not going to knock it down. Hits off the left iron and out. And St. James pushing it back. Kingston Cole's layup attempt for St. James on the fast break is up and in. 16 points on the night for Kingston Cole's, as RJ Henry's going to have it for Carolina Forest. He fires a three, and that's not going to go. Rebound by Young. He finds Kingston Cole's once again. 12 seconds remain in this contest. St. James leading 74-57. Now 7 seconds as this clock just trickles down. He finds Young. Young thought about shooting, gets it into Elijah Coles, and Elijah just going to dribble this one out for St. James. So St. James takes this one 74-57, defeating Carolina Forest in the second region game by a score of 74-57. So as the clock expires, St. James going to get a big win and extend their win total to 12. So the Sharks 12-3 on the season, 2-0 in region play. Carolina Forest going to fall to 10-5, 1-1 in region play. The next time these two opponents find each other will be on the road at St. James on January 30th. Again, Carolina Forest falls to 10-5, 1-1 in the region. St. James extends their win total to 12. They are 12-3, 2-0 in the region. These teams will meet again January 30th at St. James. But for this time, St. James wins 74-57 as the St. James Sharks take down the Carolina Forest Panthers. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening, and I will see you next broadcast.